Hello everybody and welcome to episode 48 of the Ask the Coach show. I'm Jeff Plum from PingSkills and we've got an exciting show for you today. We announce the winner of our previous competition and we answer lots of your table tennis questions. You can always head over to our website at www.pingskills.com to see all of our past episodes. But now let's introduce Super Coach Alois Rosario. Welcome, Alois.
Morning, Jeff. How are you this morning? It's been a good weekend here. I was in Adelaide for the weekend and did some coaching over there, and really loved the group that we worked with over there.
Excellent. That sounds great, Alois. I hear there's some really keen people there participating.
Yeah, it was really good actually. The group was really keen, and that's what we really love to work with, some keen players. But Jeff, apparently you did something different on Sunday.
I did do something very different, Alois. I went to a Rubik's Cube competition.
and did pretty well. So what
Not
was your...
too bad for my first attempt. My best time was 39.9 seconds.
That's impressive.
So I was quite pleased with that, actually. I walked in with my son, Alois, and there were just all these people there just going shh, like this, and he goes to me, he goes, "Dad, these guys are a lot better than you." It was quite intimidating. And some guy set the world record for solving the cube one-handed. The average of 11.79 seconds to solve it with one hand.
Wow, that is impressive.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Yes. And then I was out late last night, Alex, because I had a planning session with some of my friends because our wives are actually doing a 100K walk, which sounds ludicrous. And we're the support crew, so we had to have a planning session to make sure we knew what we were doing to support them. So I was out a little bit late.
So are you any wiser now after your planning session as to what you will actually do?
Yes, a little bit wiser, yes. We did actually talk about it in our planning session.
Good to hear.
All right, Alex, let's move on because we've got an exciting competition. Oh, I can hear a bit of feedback of my voice there.
Aha.
Yeah, we've got an exciting competition. We have the big ITTF World Tour final winners because the ITTF Pro Tour ended up. So who was the winner and who won the World Tour Finals?
Well, the World Tour Finals, the women's was Kazumi Ishikawa from Japan, a good left-hander, and the men's was a left-hander from Japan, Jun Mizutani. So Jeff, a couple of left-handers getting up there, and both players from Japan. Some really good matches. I haven't had a chance to really catch up with all of the video yet, but sounds like some really close matches and good matches. So if you've got any comments about the matches, put them on the blog for today as well. But the winner of our competition was Luke G. Kerr. Now, I don't know whether that's your real name, Luke, or whether you actually are related to Zhang, but you are the winner, and you win 1 month of our premium membership. So well done, Luke.
Yes, excellent work, Luke. We will send you an email today and get you started with that premium membership. All right, and so that moves us on to the first question. Yes, Alois? Oh, all good. Okay. That moves us on to the PingSkills question of today, and we want to talk about Ovcharov. Now, he's runner-up here in a close 7-set match. Do you think that Ovcharov can win a major title in the future? Let us know. Put your thoughts in the comments from you. Yeah, it seems like I'm hearing for some reason, Alois, my voice on yours. I don't know if you can just turn the volume down slightly on yours. But
How's
just a
that?
bit disconcerting to hear my own voice. It's like, oh. All right, well, let's move on to the first question from Dita Alois, who says, can we learn anything from pro games? He says, I come from a board background, and in pro matches in that area, so much is going on under the surface that any learn based on it is almost illusionary.
Yeah, it's interesting, Dieter. I think you can learn a lot from pro matches. I mean, I think you start to learn a lot about just what technique is, how good technique is, and you can learn things technically as well. But it can be illusionary, and I'll give you this example of the great Waldner. When we watched Waldner play, or when I was younger as well, and a lot of juniors around growing up, used to start to play every backhand with side spin and hooking their forehands and playing really short forehands. And it often, and if you actually analyse the game that Waldner played, you would see that he did this very rarely. So he only did that sometimes, but the spectacular things tend to draw our attention and get stuck in our head, and we start to think or start to copy the more spectacular. We don't necessarily see the fact that he served short a lot of the time and put the ball short and created opportunities by doing that. But we do remember his round the net shots. We do remember his side spin blocks and those sort of things. So I think it's great to watch, but try to watch it with a really open mind and really try to analyse what is actually happening in a game when you're watching the better players. Again, the same thing we talk about, serving long. A lot of them serve, just long sometimes. They do serve a lot of short serves, but again, I see juniors today where they just try to serve long and try to counter topspin because that's the spectacular part of the game that they get attracted to.
Yes, okay. So what things should we focus on when we see that, Alois? Should we be just watching their technique on their forehand? Can we learn stuff about their serve or the return of serve? What are the best areas to sort of focus on when watching these matches?
Yeah, so watch technique, watch the way that they actually play their strokes, but watch things like where they're serving. Okay, what type of serves they're doing, and you might even just get a little sheet and critique it. Check how many times they serve short. Check how many times they serve long. Check what types of serves they do. Check how many points they win from their serving. You could also look at tactically where they're playing the ball on the table during the rally. Yeah, there's lots of things that you can look, but you can also just watch the game as well and learn and just get the images of what they're doing. But as I said earlier, just make sure that you don't just get attracted to the spectacular.
Yeah, excellent. I think that sounds like a great idea, analysing the matches and writing them down. I mean, when I was young, we didn't have as many videos around, so it wasn't easy to do that. But now, with YouTube and everything, it really gives you that opportunity. I think that's something I would have loved to do. So if you're that type of person, try analysing it like Alice mentioned. Great question, Dita. All right, Alice, next question is from Nick. And Nick says, is there any video response about the side spin, backhand, top spin?
Yeah, Nick, so we haven't got one up there at the moment. We've got one on the side spin forehand top spin. So with the side spin forehand top spin, we talk about the positioning of the wrist. So if you want to hook the ball one way, get your wrist down. If you want to get side spin the other way, put your wrist up. So there's a lot to do with putting your wrist down for the curving one way and up for curving the other way. The backhand topspin is very similar. So with the backhand topspin, again, you're down if you want to curve the ball one way, or up if you want to curve the ball the other way. So it's this or this. Important that you play a reasonably big stroke at it still. So don't try and just do it with just, just your wrist. And as we always say, very important that you don't try to use this, at a basic level. Your basic stroke has to be good. Your basic backhand topspin has to be good first before you start to think about playing your side spin balls and the more difficult balls as well. So, but I think, Jeff, that's something that we might get to, and we might try to film a full lesson on the side spin, backhand topspin in the future, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's do that. That sounds exciting. I look forward to trying a few little hook shots with the backhand, and we'll get some of you doing your famous backhand as well, I reckon.
Okay.
That will be good. Alrighty. Next question is from Amir, who asks, I tend to bend my wrist when playing the forehand. I've heard that it is a bad habit. How can I change that? Thank you, Amir.
Yeah, so Amir, so similar to what we talked about in the previous question. So bending your wrist can be okay if you're trying to put side spin on the ball, but it's important that we get straight topspin to start off with. Now, if you are seeing the ball curving sideways, that's really good feedback for you. So watch that ball curving sideways and try to get the ball to maybe even curve the other way sometimes. So if you're always curving the ball and it's curving that way, try to curve the ball the other way and then try to play some straight as well. So that experimentation with your wrist will start to get you the feeling of where your wrist actually is when you're playing. So see how you go with that, but watch the feedback. It's great that you've recognized that the ball's curving at the moment, but experiment a little bit with your wrist, change the angle of your wrist, and see if you can get that ball going straighter. The straight one's really important to start off with.
Okay, so why is the straight one so important? Is it because it's a safer shot, or is there some other reason?
Yeah, it's a safer shot because you are putting pure topspin on the ball. So the topspin is what drags the ball down onto the table. If you don't have straight topspin and you've got a bit of curve on the ball, then you're not getting as much dip on the ball. So you can't hit the ball as fast. So the more pure topspin you've got on the ball, the faster and safer the stroke becomes. So that's the real key.
Okay, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Thanks for the question, Amir. All right, the next one, Alois, is from Tam. And Tam says, how does Ma Long have such a powerful forehand?
Okay, so, I mean, look, let's have a look at all of those players. The reason that they have that powerful forehand is because they're utilizing their stroke, firstly, really well. They have good technique. So their start position, their finish position is great when they've learnt the basic technique. Then they're just extending that stroke and they're increasing the speed of their bat coming through. Once you have the basics, then you can start to think about increasing speed. If you haven't got the basics, like if you are curving your forehand and doing strange things with your forehand, finishing down here, then you're not going to be able to increase the speed and have a reliable stroke. So with the forehand, we start to talk about your legs, starting to use your legs, starting to use the rotation of your body, using your upper arm, your forearm, and your wrist as well. So that summation of forces is what is going to generate that total power. So it's utilizing your stroke, but then utilizing all parts of the stroke, legs, torso for the twist, and then your arm as well, and the wrist at the end. So that's why Ma Long can play such a good stroke.
It's interesting when you watch these players, Alice, because it almost seems effortless when they hit that ball really hard. It doesn't look like they're struggling and just putting 100% into it. How can they look so relaxed and effortless when they play these really powerful forehands?
Yeah, You said the word there. It's because they're relaxed and they have real confidence in the stroke. So they almost know that stroke's going on. So their body is completely relaxed and they swing through. When we try to play the ball faster and stronger, we tighten up and the stroke starts to look like this. And so you're actually stopping your power, because then this muscle isn't working properly, this muscle isn't working properly, your wrist isn't working properly, and you're really fighting against yourself. Whereas Ma Long is completely relaxed. He's done the stroke a million times, and everything works perfectly in unison. So the muscles are all reacting and working in a nice, smooth manner. And that's something that comes with just a lot of practice. And then just developing that real self-confidence in the stroke to trust yourself to really swing through on that ball.
Okay, that's interesting. Excellent question, Tam. Thanks very much for that. And we do have some lessons on the forehand topspin and the advanced forehand topspin, which I'll put in the show notes, which you can see at pingskills.com, and click on the blog link and you'll see all our Ask the Coach shows. Well, that wraps up our show. Thank you, everybody, for watching. All the live viewers, you can ask questions. So there's a little Q&A app, and you need to just go to that and click on Ask a Question, and we will try and answer them live. So if you're ever watching live, give that a go. We also take questions from our Ask the Coach section on our website. And if you haven't been to our website, go check it out now, pingskills.com. Lots of great information there. All right. Thank you, everyone, and we will see you tomorrow morning. Thank you, Alois.
Thanks, Jeff. Have a great day, PingSkillers.